I'm Chad Gould, and this is Maggie Gould. I've been coming to the well for about 1.5 years, and it was actually Maggie who introduced me.
Yeah, and I have been coming to the well. I started checking it out in 2017 because I actually live in Denver, and I had a really good friend from college who was coming here because her husband just got a new worship pastor role. And so I was like, okay, I'll check it out, but I'm definitely not driving to Boulder from Denver. Then I remember coming the first Sunday, and I was just captivated by the message and everything. So it's been about 5 years for me, and I've been a member for 4. So when I first started coming to the well, partook in dig groups. So I had an all-ladies dig group that I started to lead with my good friend, and that was really awesome, and we created a really wonderful community of ladies, and I was serving on the hospitality team, just like youth reading and things like that. And then an opportunity came up where I was asked to maybe explore what it would look like to be the prayer director here. So for me, when the By Any Means message came out from our leadership, and we were kind of first educated about what is this, what is the ask, what are we talking about, what's kind of the why behind we should do something. For me, that's really important, understanding what the why is and then why you would want to support something. So for me, it was really easy because I really want to make sure that we can help establish roots in this community, in this city. This is kind of a silly story, but we play this game in my family of what would you do if you won the lottery? And I remember playing that game with my family, and my niece, who I've been bringing to church and telling her about the Lord, said, I would buy the well a building. And I was just really struck by that statement because that was the first thing she thought of, and that resonated to, yeah, what would we do if we actually had a building, and how could that impact other people the way I'm trying to impact my own family and telling them about the Lord.
When I first heard By Any Means, I was like right in the middle of it and not really sure what it meant right away. It's like, oh cool, they're tithing and putting a little extra to get a building. That's awesome. But actually, it wasn't until I really understood the why, the where, and the how, where it really started to take hold, because you know, I was just me, just myself, a bachelor, just doing whatever with my money, not being responsible. And then it became us, and it became our money. But listening to By Any Means and coming to the church, I realized it's not us and our money, it's God's money and what He's doing for us together, and just being able to dive right in the middle of it, see everything going on around me, and understand this is why they want to plant this here, especially in Boulder.
I'd say in the beginning it was really easy. Right after getting married, you know, there's 2 of us, we have 2 incomes. Then we decided to go skydiving, and I broke my back, so that was very difficult and hard. And I think just even like financially, right? Like all these bills, not being able to work. And I think that was a time that the church very much supported us and walked us through that. And I don't think once during that was I, you know, thinking, gosh, we should probably stop like giving because this is hard and all these other things are coming up. If anything, it affirmed with the community and the support, like, hey, God's got us. In my time here, we've had a little bit of a physical identity crisis with, like, you know, Casey Middle School, and then the Rayback, or other places that we've popped up outside. So to really be able to say, like, this is our home, this is our place, it's exciting to feel good, and to also be able to then invite other people ongoing. Not that we're not doing that now, but it feels like home. I know it'll super bless a lot of people in my lives too that don't have to like set up and different things. I just am excited for, but then we can pour that into serving in other ways. You know, maybe they can join the prayer team and have different opportunities of how different ministries will grow because of a physical place that we have to be.
When you give, you get so much more in return. You know, out in the world, people mostly think that if you give, things are just being taken away from you and you no longer have it. So you got to hold on to that. When, you know, like you said, as Christians, we understand that the more we give, the more blessed everybody is. And the thing I realized is it's not about you. You never just take a step back and just think about yourself and make sure you're good. It's got to be about giving even more when times get harder, because you can see that so many people are in need of help, just as much as we were in need of help. In a world going through so much chaos, it has been a comfort to find somewhere that's just been rooted down and solid in the way that they're moving forward, the way that they're thinking, and it's been great. What I've gotten out of By Any Means the most is transitioning from me to we. Obviously we, but I also mean all of us as well, where you are thinking outside of yourself. You're thinking as the community as a whole. You're thinking of everyone that you're able to outreach to. And honestly, I think this is coming to an end, like you said, but I also think it's not ending. I think it's also just the beginning, where it's now that we have a foundation and now that we're, we have a place to call home, then the real work begins, and being able to expand out from there. So yeah, it's just like Jesus. It's a place, a great foundation, but it's just the start.